Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. For people who observe this kind of behavior, what I'm going to say in the next 37 seconds will make sense. Now, the stray dogs that are roaming some cities in certain kind of countries, and when you have a female dog in heat, you have a bunch of dogs following her. The problem is it's only one dog that will get to make love. The rest are just around. So it's like a big group of dogs with a female dog in heat, and it's the biggest dog, the strongest dog, who's gonna get to make love, and you have about 20 other dogs around, just being around. Now, the dog here, the big dog, is United States. The other dogs are the European Union, Australia, and all that. And the female dog is the sanctions. Sanctions and all the, the attack on Russia. They try to, Russia, and it's only one country that actually does it and is capable. That's United States, being the biggest guy. The other ones are, we are here with him, and they follow when these guys are going. That's how it, if you don't know about this, now you know. So, what's going on here? A lot of countries are frightened by the US's behavior towards Russia and the other dogs, the weasels sanctions on Russia. That they try to feel important, but they're not getting to make love. Only that guy really has power and pushes everybody around. And there's some other countries outside of all this theater, and they look over there and think, if that is done to that dog, then I can be next. So I think all these sanctions, all these attacks, all these, I would say, weasel moves from the Western country, economic, banking, military, all this scared the shit out of many countries that are allies with the United States, with the big dog, and with the other ones to a certain extent. Therefore, they think, if these guys are doing this or trying to do, they did to Russia, kicking out of SWIFT, doing this and that, they think these guys are just blackmailers. If I don't do what they tell me to do, I will end up worse than Russia. Why? Because Russia withstands that, is not bending, is still there. I, on the other hand, I don't have Russia's power, especially military power, so that means I will be a victim. So what are they gonna do? They try to look at alternatives, like, slowly, like you meet a bear in the wild. You don't just start running because the bear is gonna see you and get you. The instinct kicks in. The same here. You don't want to leave United States running, because we're gonna see you with the side of the eye. Hey, where are you going, Saudi Arabia? Bang, get you and cut your throat. So what's going on here? These countries from the Middle East, the Arab country in this case, they are making a little pact with China, military. Now, do you think that's good for United States of America? I don't think so. I think that's a reaction, a desperate reaction, due to the threats that they see coming towards them if they don't follow the script. The Western countries just dropped their masks in front of everyone to see what and how things are done and by whom. Who has the power, and if you're not behaving, we're going to do this. We're doing it to Russia. Russia is not, Romania or Hungary or Bulgaria or, you know what I mean? No. So, I guess a lot of people are scared. That's why the Arabs are kind of like, what now? we could possibly be next. So this article is just a short article. It's from Sputnik from today, the 29th of December 2022. Chinese army ready to cooperate with Arab countries on global security. Did you hear that? On global security. Why not Middle East security? Because they know who the guy over there has to be challenged, or at least how they call it here, has to be isolated. And that's the big bully. Unfortunately, it's not nice, but actions speak louder than words. Look at the last 30 years and you tell me who was the bully. China? Russia? Who? NATO, the defensive alliance. And who's NATO? United States and the other little dogs that are trying to get a piece of the action or the ass. Anyway, the Chinese People Liberation Army, PLA, is ready to work with armies of the Arab countries and jointly promote global security initiatives, Defense Ministry spokesperson Papapap said on Thursday. So that's all what it is here. I think that the United States doesn't like this a bit. One bit. Why? Because they see themselves sidelined, out, get the fuck out, China in. I just have to remind you that Biden got on emergency desperation mode and invited, remember, all African countries, not all, a few they didn't invite because they're better and they're bad dudes. So it's like a child. You don't come to the, I don't know, to the birthday party because you're a bad child. You know what I mean? You stay outside. Only these guys that are listening to what I say and do what I tell them, or maybe I'm going to give them some bribes, which is exactly what happened. Or come here. You guys, you're the bad children. You stay over there. Now that's nasty. But at least they did it in front of everyone. So I always appreciate that. Instead of saying, hey, I'm the good guy, you know, and show you that I'm the bad guy. But we all know you're the bad guy, but we have to say, hey, you're the good guy. At least you say, no, I'm the bad guy, and you're the bad guy, but at least I tell you who's who, what's what. Oh, I like that better. I mean, obviously, the ideal would be good guy, good behavior, but here is, bad behavior, and you're supposed to see me as the good guy. It's kind of like that. Anyway, so what's going on here? As you can tell, there is a scramble for Africa. China and Russia are winning Africa. Why? Because they do it differently. United States is doing it like this. Hey, we're going to give you money. Well, now the Chinese have more money than you got. We're going to give you money. Okay, you don't want to get our money? Okay, then we're going to do this to you. And if you don't do this, we're going to do this. They use the 4 steps. First, they start with the threats. Second one is the blackmail. Third one is regime change. And the fourth one is a plain invasion. These are the, tools in US's foreign policy's toolbox. They don't have negotiating. They don't have flair. They don't have understanding. They don't have support. Or they simply come and bribe you. Bam, just like that. And unfortunately, that doesn't really work because the Chinese counter them in South America, in Africa, if not Russia. Remember, Africa doesn't have bad memories with Russia, but has with the United States and most of Europe. I mean, now the colonial powers, at least, which are about 7 or so, because they say, well, the European colonials or colonizers. Well, it's an insult. I don't remember Romania, which is a European country, colonizing anybody, or Bulgaria, or Czechoslovakia, but you lump them in together. That's unfair. So I'm offended. I don't give a fuck, but I think that it's just you like to generalize here, but here you say, oh no, let's call things as they are, one by one. We know who's who and what's what. Anyway, so we see here that China is taking over the Middle East. Remember, Middle East, the Saudis sell China cheaper on the oil to China than they sell it to the United States or anybody else. And they have the East Asian country even lower than China, the price. So you see, it's leaning towards that side. And I have to compete with Russia now because, Russia is going to have some little sanctions and little embargoes and price caps. So, but this thing that was you couldn't believe that it would happen. It happens now. China and Saudi Arabia. Xi Jinping met the Crown Prince, and not only the Crown Prince, I think I can't remember his name. The real ruler. But I know he met Mohammed bin Salman as well. So that's a big development, don't you think? And now it's the Arab countries. So it's not only Saudi Arabia. And what is the United States going to do about it? Oh my God, they're going to just hit their head on the wall. That's what they're going to do. Anyway, so that's very concerning for the United States of America. But sometimes those 4 things don't work anymore, because some other people have more power. And remember, China doesn't have any negative memory, or the African continent doesn't have negative memories about China, let's put it, or Russia. So from the very beginning, United States starts from a very low point, because it had a lot of history over there, especially with the Arab countries. Put him, that, and they're going to be cut. The United States were going to be cut. It's going to finish third. Thank you very, or it's not going to finish at all. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.